Why can't he let us do something different? Just once.
Let's be real, Ariel. Without your sisters, you would never have made it onto dry land to marry Prince Eric. If your dad, aka King Triton, only had one daughter, he never would have let you go. You would have been forced to live out your days as a mermaid collecting things from the human world. Thanks to your sisters, King Triton was able to give you legs and let you live happily ever after. There are a lot of forgotten siblings in the Disneyverse, and some never even made it into the movies at all.
The ocean chose you for a reason.
If you've ever wondered what would have happened if Belle's sister stayed in the picture or if Moana had brothers, you're not alone. Watch until the end to find out about a surprising Disney villain's sister. Ariel Sisters. Let's start with our favorite Disney princess from under the sea. Ariel has 6 beautiful sisters with lovely singing voices. Ariel Sisters appeared briefly in The Little Mermaid, but their impact on the story was very important. King Triton was very protective of his daughters, especially Ariel. If her sisters hadn't kept their father so busy, he would have been a total helicopter parent to Ariel. Can you imagine if she had been an only child? Triton would have never let her out of his sight, but a dad with 7 daughters is too busy to keep his youngest from wandering off. Ariel was able to sneak away long enough to become fascinated with the human world.
Why, Eric? Run away with you?
If it weren't for Ariel's sisters, there's no way King Triton would have let Ariel shed her mermaid tail to live on land and marry Prince Eric. Her sisters made it all possible. Hans's brothers. Let's move out of the sea and journey to the Southern Isle to discuss the siblings of the shady frozen villain Hans. In the movie, Hans tells Anna
12 older brothers.
That puts his position in line for the throne at number 13. As a result of his unfortunate place at the back of the royalty line, he resorts to evil deeds to get the upper hand. But do you ever wonder what Hans would have been like if he didn't have all those older brothers? Would he have been a villain? He would have received a lot more attention from his parents, and we're just speculating here, but we're under the impression that Hans didn't have the nicest family. He probably got picked on a lot.
That's horrible.
That would make anyone desperate to change their situation. Still, that's no excuse for what he did to Anna, but it does help to understand why someone acts the way they do. Maybe he'll learn to stand up to his brothers since his diabolical plan to trick Anna into marrying him didn't work out. There's another villain on our list who has a long-lost sister. Keep watching to find out who it is. Moana's Brothers. Speaking of brothers, did you know that Moana was originally going to have 9 brothers in the movie? That's right. In the early stages of Moana, her 9 brothers sailed out to sea from the shores of Motunui, leaving Moana on the island. Moana was to go on a quest to rescue them. Disney scrapped that concept and changed it to a race between Moana and her brothers, which she was supposed to win. In the end, they cut the brothers entirely and set Moana to a seaward adventure all on her own.
I am Moana of Motunui.
While it would have been fun to see Moana's 9 brothers, it might have distracted us from the hero's journey. Ultimately, Disney's decision was best for the film. Clarice. Originally in Beauty and the Beast, Belle was going to have a sister named Clarice. In the alternate opening to Beauty and the Beast, we see Belle's sister Clarice playing in the yard of her father's mansion while Belle's father pushes her on a swing. They later decided to cut Clarice's role because they wanted to emphasize Belle's loneliness.
There's no one I can really talk to.
With no sister to play with, Belle turned to books. Who knows how the story would have played out if Belle had a younger sister to look after? She may not have decided to stay at Beast's castle as his prisoner in place of her father. She might not have been open to loving the Beast if she had the love of her sister. Still, we would love to know what Clarice was like. Do you think she was a sweet little sister, or would she have been a troublemaker? We guess we'll never know. Harris, Huber, and Hamish. The following Disney siblings definitely fall in the troublemaker category. Merida from Disney Pixar's Brave has 3 triplet brothers, Harris, Huber, and Hamish. In the movie, they were constantly playing pranks, stealing treats, and getting into mischief. But Merida loves her brothers. In fact, she is the only one who can tell them apart.
One swipe, his sword shattered, then chomp! Dad's leg was clean off.
Merida can hopefully teach her younger brothers how to be courageous and channel their naughty behavior into a healthy thirst for adventure. It's hard to imagine Merida being an only child. We love how much humor and fun the triplets bring to her story. Morgana. Did you know that the Little Mermaid's Ursula has a sibling? Her name is Morgana, and she is just as evil as her older sea witch sister. She was the main villain in Disney's 2000 direct-to-video sequel, The Little Mermaid 2: Return to the Sea. Morgana was determined to get revenge on Ariel and Eric for the demise of her sister, Ursula.
And gain all the powers of the ocean!
But instead, she gets trapped in a block of ice that sinks to the bottom of her crumbled sea cave. These evil tentacled sea witches just can't catch a break. Who's your favorite sibling on this list? Tell us in the comments. Subscribe to The Things to stay up to speed on our latest Disney videos. And while you're at it, hit that thumbs up button. Thanks for watching. Bye!